Hi YouTube, it's me, Antoinette, your girl Rich Ant, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be coloring from the Queens of Rich, the proof book today, because I don't want to use my actual book. So this is the, let me show you. It's the proof. So the reason why I'm using the proof today is because I've already colored this page in my actual personal copy of my book. So I'm using the proof, which the downside is that means that there's another image on the other side, but it's okay because I am not married to this image. So what am I doing here? Oh, I know, I had this screen open. So since I'm not married to this image, if these markers don't do very well covering some of the spots that bled through, I'm okay with that. You know, but so far I really like these markers. All right, so let me show you the markers. My Vanna White plus my nails are done. These are AC Moore's version of, I guess, a Copic or Prismacolor or a Pro Marker, like how Michaels has the Artist Loft brand, AC Moore has the Premier brand, and I guess they, I don't know, they collaborated with Nicole, whoever that is, to create this somewhat professional marker. I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to give them definite props for this, because I've had a set of Prismacolors. I have few individual markers by Copic. This, I've never tried, no, I have maybe one or two Pro markers. So trying out those three, this is definitely, guys, a pretty decent marker. Pretty decent, I have to admit. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. First, let's show you the marker. All right, you get 24. This is a dual tip marker. And the branding and the packaging reminds me a lot of Pro Marker, and the dual tip, the body or the shape of it kind of reminds me of a Prismacolor. I like the fact, though, like Copics, these have the hard plastic labels, so the stickers don't wear off after a period of time or come off. So I like that. I like the fact that these fit onto the back so you don't lose your cap. It doesn't fall off your illustration board or table or wherever you work and roll up under something and then you gotta fish it out. So I like that. It's not gonna, you're not gonna lose it. It's right there. It's a dual tip, obviously, so it has the wide tip and it has the fine point. I don't know if they have a brush tip, which would kind of, to me, shave off half a star if they did. But honestly, I give these probably a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And there are, so to me, the con is they probably don't have a brush tip yet. And also the other con is some of the colors they're not true to the color that's on the cap. And the other con would be they are just a little bit streaky. And when I say streaky, I mean, let me show you the demo that I did. This was a demonstration that I did on Snapchat. And I basically just colored a proof card for my coloring book. I'm doing these blank note cards that you can color and then give away as gifts. So I'm still kind of working that deal or detail out, so I don't have any information for you yet, but when I do, I will definitely post a video and let you know about it. So this was a test sheet. You see that didn't line up the paper right. I wanted it to go all the way to the edge. It only seemed to go over one edge, but anyway, it made for a great test sheet to do these markers with. So I like them. The pigment is really nice, but they're kind of streaky. As you can see, you see the lines and the work. That kind of bothered me a little bit. But it's not extremely noticeable. If you're kind of careful, you can get around it. But I like that the Copics are really blendable. And so, from what I can remember, are the Prismacolors. As far as skin tones, that is really important to me, personally. I don't want you to see the striations or streaks, whatever you want to call it. Because you can see a little bit in her hat as well from using the brown marker. So that would be the only thing I would say. Well, those are the things that's the major thing. The other two are not major, but that would kind of, but these are still really good markers, guys. For the price you get, I think they're like $50 for 24. You cannot get 24 markers of Pro Markers or Copics for $50. Maybe 12, but not 24. So they're good. I'm going to do a demonstration in my coloring book page, in the proof book. So I did this on Snapchat. So if you want to follow me over there, where you get to see live behind the scenes, different random things throughout the day, a little bit of my personal life, a lot of the art, some cooking, la 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 la. Basically this channel, but a lot more consistent. So yeah, it's kind of like a better version of vlogging. Okay, so I'm going to color this particular picture and kind of just go over the pros and cons, or just let you see for yourself what you think, and if you maybe want to invest in a few of these or a set, you know, 12 or whatever, and see if you like it. I definitely think that they're a great affordable alternative, especially when you have a student budget, or this may not be your thing. This could be maybe something you're dabbling in as a novice. This is maybe just something you want to get into as a hobby, but you don't want to invest oodles and oodles of money into serious products. Oh, and you guys, I'm great. I hope you liked the video. I just did that one. That was the video before this one, 136. And this is going to be one of my, I'm not sure. I'm still trying to decide, do I want this to be a Patreon reward, or do I want this to be for sale in the TheRichAntArt.com? I'm not sure yet. But I also use those markers up here. So this is watercolor paper, and I like how it gave it a nice texture. Almost like this is really the fur of a reticulated giraffe. Now, I will say though, this darker color right here is not a Premier design marker. This is a affordable, cheap marker that's like a water-based marker that I also got from AC Moore. I think I've done a review on those, I'm not sure. But yeah, so it works good with watercolors too, guys. I did that, some of the colors over watercolors. I don't know if I filmed that part though. But anyway, we're going to do this today. So stay tuned for that. Okay guys, so right here I am just swatching the colors on white paper just so I can get an idea of what the colors look like before I actually have to use them, so I can use this as a reference. I recommend people do this with markers and watercolors so you have an idea what it looks like before you put it down. I used the wide end of the dual tip and the fine tip at the very end. So that, boys and girls, is the 24 colors swatched. Like you said, you see how some of them, if you go over it too much, you will have a different variation, kind of like the streakiness. You see it here. But for overall, these are not bad markers. So we're going to go ahead and carry on with the video and do the coloring page and see how they turn out on there. Okay. Okay, so here you can see where I picked out the peach and already started coloring it, and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. So now I'm just using the caramel on the eyebrows and in the first braid on her hair. I really like these markers because they are, one, alcohol based, so they dry quickly and they don't tear up the paper. Some of the water based markers tend to, especially if it's thin paper, make the paper roll up. And this color is the walnut, I believe, and I really, like I said, I like all the colors. The only thing I did not like was some of the darker colors. If you're using them for skin tone, they can be kind of streaky. But I think there are ways around that. And that is the caramel right there. I mean the pumpkin. And then I use the caramel again. This is not really an in-depth tutorial on how to color or bling out your coloring books. That is something that I plan to do videos and make them available to my Patreon pledgers as a reward. I also want to do one-on-one, or not really one-on-one, but online workshops where you can download or log on to a particular website with your specific password or whatever and work at your own pace in your free time and learn how to be creative, whether it's with coloring book pages or just art in general. But if you're interested in some of these videos where you will have a little more detail, it'll be a slowed down real-time video where you can learn more. You can definitely check out my patreon.com/TheRichAntArt account and see what you'd be interested in pledging. I definitely give really great rewards, and I'm always creating with my pledgers in mind. So check it out. I think that eventually you will see the website come up on the screen at some point. Now I'm just using the fine liner, the fine tip to fill in the flowers. I think I used turmeric for the first flower and rose for the second flower and coral for the third flower. And I'm currently right now using eggplant on this flower. There, I think that I can't remember that one. I think that one's salmon. And that's lilac with eggplant. Like I said, this is not, again, an in-depth tutorial on how to really bling out. So I'm really kind of doing a very basic color. There's the Patreon website. And I also have it in my description box. And now I'm using the periwinkle. And like I said, these are not really, this is basic. If I were doing something more elaborate, like in my actual book, there would be lots of different ways I could show you how you can create even more texture. But still, this is fun too if you're not interested in creating more texture. If you think it's enough texture, then this definitely works. So with the markers, from what I've seen and used, now this is my second time, I definitely would say that I can for sure say I would give them 4.5 stars. I like them and they're affordable. And now I am going to be having them for sale at my Amazon store, and the link will be in the bottom bar. Also, if you go to TheRichAnt.com and click on the tab Amazon Shop, you'll be able to pick up these markers. And any of the supplies that I use in any of my videos, I also have there because I am an affiliate. So you can use any of the things that I use, and I have them listed there. So check them out. I think you'll enjoy it. So overall, let me put this over here so you can see. No, we'll just keep you here because I got a lot of junk on this desk. If you saw how I was getting all these markers all over the place. Overall, it's nice. It's really nice. Like I said, this is a test book, a proof book, you know. So the pages they're kind of thin, and they're printed on both sides. So yes, I did just ruin this side. Ooh, it looks kind of cool though. Kind of see creepy. Maybe not so cool. Looks a little little weird. But anyway, yeah, it turned out really nice. This is using the design marker by Premier by Nicole design markers, dual tips. I used both sides, and this was just a basic quick color page because I usually tend to take more time to do more details, more shading and so forth and so on, but this was not that video. This is not a tutorial on how to use and color your books or how to make your pages pop. I will have one that will be on my Patreon account, as I've said before, and if you are a Patreon pledger, then you will be able to enjoy that reward. I think that will be the reward starting at the $40 tier. I'm not sure yet, but if you're not signed up to my newsletter, sign up to my newsletter. I do not spam. I probably only do a newsletter once or twice a month. And you will get all that information, or I'll do it in another video, whatever, but when I do the tutorials, they will be up over there. Now, I may do some live ones where we can actually interact as much as possible anyway in the near future, where there'll be like downloadable workshops or somewhere where you can have 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365-day access to some tutorials, and that way you can work at your own pace. With some other stuff that I have planned, I'm getting all of that in the works. I'm waiting to get my camera so that I can actually do this without using my mobile devices. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked the little review. I definitely would give these markers 4.5 out of 5 stars. Actually, I think maybe a 4 out of 5 stars. And the reason why, because I said they do blend nicely, but not quite as nice as the Copics or the Prismacolors or Pro markers, because like I would like to be able to blend that line. Something like this is a good example of how I would like to be able to blend the hard line out completely. And maybe if I'd have tried harder, maybe if this were different paper where it wasn't so thin, because I mean this paper is thin. Look how it transferred the drawing over there. So this book, the actual book itself, has thicker pages. But I'm going to be live tonight. Catch me live actually on Periscope TV. The videos are, I keep them up, I don't delete them, but I will start deleting them. Well, when I start getting really into the meat and potatoes of these books. Alright guys, so hope you like that review, and